Hey everyone, it's Caito. In today's video, we are back playing some more Palworld, and I'm so excited because we are going to be checking out the new Sakurajima update. And of course, the first thing that I'm interested in checking out, the most important thing to me, is the new aesthetic base locations in the new section of the map. So that is what we're going to be looking at today. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Now, when you're looking at the map, the new location, the new island is going to be up here in the top left, the northwest section of your map over here. I have done some exploring, but I haven't done too much because I'm actually so low level that the second I go over here, I'm immediately in danger. But I've gone around, I've gotten as many of the fast travel points as I can. But if you want a good starting point, this Sakurajima mushroom wetland is probably your best bet. Throughout this video, I am going to be showing you the coordinates of everything that I'm talking about. This one is at -453, 138. So when you first arrive here on the island, this is what you're greeted with, and just immediately, everything is aesthetically pleasing. I am obsessed with this mushroom area. You can see that these pals are in the low 40s, but they go all the way up to 50s, I think. And I am just not that leveled. So we are going to do our best to walk around here. I'm going to show you my favorite spots. But I honestly feel like if you decide to put your base over here, you really can't go wrong. Everything is stunning. If the mushrooms are your vibe, but you do like a big open space, I think this one is a really good one. You get both the red mushrooms and the blue mushrooms. You have a bunch of different things off in the distance, like the mountains in the back. You can also see more mountains over here. Plus, you get the big tree. There's just a lot of great viewpoints in this spot. I really like that this one is just one big open area, which just means that you're going to be able to fit your entire base plus all of the different stations that you need, the logging station, mining station, all of those different things that the pals are going to be working on. There's also not too many pals around here that I've noticed, so it seems to be a pretty safe area. I mean, who knows? If I sit here long enough, something is probably going to come and attack me, but I've been over here for quite some time, no issues. I think this one is really good if you're looking for something simple in the new area, just kind of a starting point. Now, if you're someone who loves the mushrooms, you love that mushroom aesthetic, this is another spot that you're gonna absolutely love. And oh my gosh, the details of this one, these mushrooms all along the wall, I absolutely adore. It feels very enclosed. It feels like it's gonna be safe. Again, I don't know if it is. There were definitely some pals over here when I first ran up, so I'm not convinced this is a super safe area, but I'm sure that everyone else is much more leveled than I am. You're gonna do great. It's gonna be fabulous. But what I love about this section is these ladders. You can climb up and get to different levels of the mushrooms. I am just absolutely obsessed with that. I can just imagine, I don't know, like putting different beds up here. I think you could do a lot of cool things decorating on top of these mushrooms. I love the ladders that can just kind of carry you all the way up. You have a great view if your base was down below. I just think this one is amazing. A little more detailed, probably a little bit more difficult to build on than the previous one, but I think it would be worth it. Here's another location. This one is super simple. It's completely flat. I feel like there are a lot of these areas on the new island that kind of have this dirt space almost cleared out, like they intended for bases to be here. This one is just surrounded by greenery. I love the backdrop of the giant tree in the background. I will say there are a lot of pals that are walking through here, so I don't know if it's the best idea if you're still a little bit lower level to try and build a base here initially, but I do just think the wide open space of this is really nice. So it's definitely not the most unique, but I feel like it is one of the most practical places you could build your base over here while still having a really nice aesthetic. So now we're flying into what I think is the prettiest section. This is the star, the cherry blossom trees, everything in this area is actually so beautiful. They nailed it. And you really can't go wrong with putting your base anywhere in here, but I am going to show you 2 different spots. So when you come to this section of the map, there is kind of this town area with these 2 buildings. They seem to be abandoned. There's nothing going on here. You can't enter them, but I do think it would be pretty cool to build a base right here. You could really incorporate these buildings into the things that you build. The backdrop of this is absolutely gorgeous with the trees in the back. I just love this area so much. It might be a little bit difficult to fit all of the things that you needed in here, but I don't know. I think it could be really unique. I think it's a super pretty area. And you would even have this walkway that leads right into your base. I don't know. I think it could be really, really cool. Okay, this is one of my favorite cherry blossom locations, but definitely the most complicated spot that it would be to build a base, in my opinion. There's so many obstacles that you'd be working around, but if you could make it work, it would be absolutely stunning. You have all the cherry blossom trees. You could have this river running through the middle of your base. Again, not practical, but I am not someone who lives for the practicality of things. This is all about the aesthetics. And if you could put a base here on this unlevel, cherry blossom filled ground with this river running through it, this little stream, it would be absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. I love the details over here. You've got the pink flowers on the ground as well. I would love to have those kind of poking through the different stone pathways. This is definitely one of my favorites, but again, it would be so challenging to do it that I don't know if I'm up for the challenge. Now, I don't think it would be possible to make a base in this location, but I did just need to show it off and showcase how stunning this is with the waterfalls, these flowers, the cherry blossoms in the background. This has everything I love in one area, and I just absolutely love this spot so much. Now, what you could do is you could come over here and put a base kind of in this section. You do have some flat ground over here, and then you would have this on the side. You could appreciate the flowers and the waterfalls right next to your base. Or if you wanted to try to make it a little bit more complicated, you could maybe build into this cliffside. I don't know, it might be worth it. And saving what I think is the best for last. This area full of wildflowers, it's kind of right off from where we just were with the waterfall. This is my favorite spot. I love all of these flowers everywhere. And I think if you could make a base work here, you would have, without a doubt, the most aesthetic base location in the game. You've got the flowers, you've got the cherry blossoms, the waterfalls in the distance, you got the mountains that way, and the tree over here. It's just kind of everything that I've talked about, all wrapped into one spot. There are definitely some high pals over here, plus there are some other enemies that you're gonna have to deal with. But it would just look so good and it would be so worth it. Let me know if you plan on using any of these new locations for your base, or if you have one that you think I should check out. I would love to hear about it down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.